What's up today? Happy Monday, 49ers faithful. Drew Kerr, 49ers Sports Talk. Today I'm going to give you 5 reasons and a bonus reason why Brandon Aiyuk is not going anywhere. He's staying put in San Francisco and will play for the 49ers in 2024. The first reason is the King's Ransom theory. They did this with Deebo Samuel. They're going to approach it the same exact way as they did with Deebo Samuel. There's 3 teams that have kind of shown expressed interest in him. The Steelers, the Patriots, and the Jaguars. And the Jaguars pretty much fizzled out. I think the Steelers Nation is a little bit delusional in thinking that they're going to get him. And somehow, out of nowhere, the Patriots entered the fold. But there's no way. It's a very small market. That's reason number 2. It's a small market because there's only 3 teams. Nobody else has really expressed interest. There might be teams that have called John Lynch and said, hey, are you willing to give him up without us giving up a first round draft pick? So there's that. It's just a small market. There's not a whole lot of interest. It's not like half the league is blowing up John Lynch's phone trying to get Brandon Aiyuk. The third reason is that the Niners have a history of taking care of their own. You could look back to George Kittle's deal. You could look back to Fred Warner's deal, Debo's deal, Bosa's deal. They're taking care of their A-list players. And Brandon Aiyuk is very much an A-list player. So they're not trying to give him up without going back to reason number 1, without getting a King's Ransom, and nobody out there is giving a King's Ransom. The Jaguars went cold the second they found out that the Niners wanted a first-round pick and Zay Jones. They went ice cold, so they're out of the mix. Steelers probably are like, we're not giving up a first, and so all these teams are thinking that they're going to have to give up their first. That's why there's probably not a whole lot of teams trying to blow the doors down and come after Brandon Aiyuk. Number 4 reason is that you can't replace him. You can't replace him with a rookie. If you put Marvin Harrison Jr. in there, you're not going to get the same blocking. You're not going to get the same production, probably. You're not going to get the same chemistry between Brock Purdy and Brandon Aiyuk. So you're not going to replace him. There's no free agents out there that are an equivalent of Brandon Aiyuk. You can't replace him. It's just simply not going to happen. So the Niners look at this as a very valuable piece that cannot be replaced, which goes back to reason number 1, a King's Ransom. That's the only scenario where they're going to trade him, and nobody's offering a King's Ransom. So it's not realistic. It's not going to happen. And number 5, you're not going to get the same production. Going back to the blocking is huge in this offense. And Brandon Aiyuk took a while to get to where he's at right now with the blocking, but he is probably, I would almost throw him in as the best blocking wide receiver in the entire NFL. You go back to the Steelers game where he's pushing guys, 50 yards downfield on that Christian McCaffrey run, and there's other scenarios where he's just taking guys completely out of the play. He's blocking linebackers. He's not just blocking DBs. He's taking linebackers out. So you're not going to get that. His receiving stats, he had 75 receptions on 105 targets, just 105 targets. He had 75 receptions, so he could easily be a 100 reception receiver anywhere else. But there's just so much star talent on this team, and there's a lot of mouths to feed. So you have to get the ball to CMC. You got to get the ball to Deebo, Kittle, Jennings. Now, everybody's got to get their fair share of touches. So 75 receptions on this team is probably equivalent to 125 on any other team. So 75 receptions, 1,342 yards, 7 touchdowns. He has a long 76. His long in the playoffs was 51, the infamous ladybug catch in the Lions game. His catch rate is 71.4%. That's the highest of his career. So he has peaked in 2023, and he look to build on that going into 2024. And I feel like anything that is coming out of Brandon Aiyuk's camp is probably just leveraging. Brandon Aiyuk's agent and John Lynch are pretty much best friends. Brandon Aiyuk's agent was at John Lynch's anniversary. And so, there's just all these little factors that are going to play into this. 17.9 yards per reception, second team All-Pro playoff numbers. His playoff numbers are 9 receptions for 149 yards. Like I said, 51 of that was that long catch in the Lions game. 16.4 yards per reception and a touchdown. So it takes time in the system to get good at all these things, including blocking. And Aiyuk's, I don't think that he really deep down wants to reset somewhere else. Not the Steelers. I know he's joking around with Mike Tomlin and doing the whole hair swap thing and saying they're twins and joking around. This is just camaraderie. I mean, like, people are reading way too much into all this stuff. You know, BA's wife did have that TikTok video or IG reel post or whatever it was post Super Bowl saying that they don't know if they're going to be back. But again, this is what's best for their family. I mean, she could have just gone into that maybe a little bit mad that he didn't get as many touches as she thought he should. But like at the end of the day, it's a business too. And so there was money attached to her comments. It wasn't all emotional. She knows what she's doing. She's a smart lady. He's a smart guy. Their agent is smart. So they're trying to get the most dollars that they can out of this deal. And the last reason, my bonus reason, was John Lynch today at the owners meeting said Brandon Aiyuk is not part of any trade discussions and he does want him to remain a 49er. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And I'm definitively saying right here, right now, Brandon Aiyuk is playing for the 49ers in 2024, and anybody that tells you otherwise doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. It's for clicks, it's clickbait, it's nonsense. All the writing's on the wall. BA is staying in SF. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for staying tuned. I will be coming out with more videos throughout the week, so please stay tuned. Please subscribe and hit the notifications so that you get any of the messages that let you know that I have a new video. Appreciate y'all. Have a good week.